Committee meeting. Request a motion for the last minutes.
So moved.
Right, second. Anybody opposed? No. It looks like we're tabling a lot of things this evening. For whatever reason, I do not know. Any information on why we're tabling everything, Nick?
The first four were tabled at law the other night, and the fifth one was just tabled at the last meeting. So they're all tabled at this meeting.
Okay. In the future, I wish you request that all these continuing tables, it's got to stop. Within reason, but this is ridiculous, all these tables every time, every meeting. They
I
put
am not
these
the one
things in.
tabling them.
Well, I know you're not. See, they put these things in there and they just lay there dormant. I don't know why.
Expense of, some of them are not that old. I think one is first month here. or something.
Whatever. It's not fair.
I'm just asking.
It's not fair to our committee.
Is that what I'm hearing?
Moving along.
Neither the state is definitely not fair to the public if they're doing this to the rest of the public.
And this has.
But all that aside, let's do the one we can do.
Yeah.
Authorizing accepting additional grant funding
Right.
from New York State Division of Criminal
Two?
Justice Service regarding
Where's that?
gun violence elimination grant.
Oh, that's fine. Okay, that's
Good
what.
evening, everyone. Before is a request from the Department from probation to accept additional grant funding from the Department of Criminal Justice Services in the amount of $25,000 to further our initiatives on the gun-involved violence elimination grant. It's a one-time grant, half of which would apply to this year and half which would apply to next year.
Any questions on it?
Yeah, what is it?
Wanda?
Yeah, can you just elaborate on what this is, please, just?
Sure, it's an initiative that we partner with the sheriffs, the district attorneys, Albany Police, and it's targeting gun violence and violence in the city of Albany in an effort to eliminate those two things.
So how do you do that?
Well, we partner with the police and we go out on special details, including field visits of any probationers we believe are gun involved or violence.
Say that again? What?
We do home visits and field work on probationers we believe are gun or violence involved.
Oh, so this involves people that are on probation?
Yes, our involvement does, yes. And we partner with the police on those home visits and on special events that go in the city in which the police feel that our probationers may be there that are gun or violence involved.
Is this just limited to the city of Albany?
Yes, sir.
Why is that?
The governor has targeted certain areas that have high violence and high gun violence.
So he considers Albany, rather than the whole county, just Albany's the highest?
Correct. There are other targeted areas
Yeah.
in the state, but the city of Albany is
But
one.
Albany County is just the city of Albany?
Pardon me?
Just Albany is the city of Albany, Albany County?
Yes.
Well, that's nice to hear. The rest of the county's safe.
We do some limited special details out in some of the Hilltown areas if the sheriffs have designated certain probationers as high risk for the same, but it's limited.
Thank you. Any other questions? Yeah, one.
So when you say this is for people that are on probation,
Under our supervision, under the auspices of the probation department.
and so these people have been selected because they were charged with some kind of crime regarding guns, and that's why they're on probation?
Guns, violence, or they have lived in targeted areas that the police have designated as high risk for guns and violence.
The police have designated, well, that must be,
For your area.
Red X zone.
yeah, the red X zones, and so that must be, how many neighborhoods? That's, yeah. So I'm going to ask this question only because when it was this type of since you have down here targeting, which I think is not a really good word to use. But,
What would you prefer, Wanda?
Yeah, but there was the young man, Dante Ivy, who was killed. It was because they went into a neighborhood that was targeted, okay? And so I guess I just have some concern with how, you said specific neighborhoods. And that was one of the reasons that was given by the police department at the time, okay? Was that before they went out that night, that's what they were out for and were talked about before they went out. And so I guess it says gun-involved violence elimination. And I'm just concerned because of the way that was done. And so it appears that we're still, in our community, a target, and I'm only using the word that you have used, that's used in this, right here in this memo regarding targeting firearm and violent crime reduction, because that's what was going on that night when this young man, who did not have any firearms on him, okay? And I guess I would just like to emphasize this because it's something that caused a great deal of harm in our community because he was so-called walking, you know, whatever what they want to call it, heavy or whatever, and he had nothing on him. And I speak this because I knew this young man, I knew his mother and his father. And I just want to put on notice that this type of violent crime reduction, and again, you said specifically that specific neighborhoods in which my colleague, Ms. Knight here, both feel that it is targeted at the neighborhoods that we represent, has caused a great deal of public harm. So I just want to bring that up, you know, and I wanted to say something in regards to this. Just because we're accepting these funds, that I would hope that they would be used with a little bit more regard to who the specific people are. And because Dante Ivey was not on probation, but this is what took his life, right there. This type of award or funds. Thank you.
What are you at liberty to tell us what our target areas are in Albany?
I don't have them identified here for you, and I think it's not a stagnant identification. My understanding is that there's a crime analysis center that is constantly analyzing the arrests and the incidents that are happening, and they're identifying it based on those factors.
And how much is it, $12,500 is budgeted for that?
It's total of $25,000
$25,000.
with half of it for this year and half of it for next year, based on the way the state fiscal year.
Yeah, Doug.
Do you team up in the city of Albany with Project Ceasefire or any of the ongoing initiatives to stop violence?
My understanding is Project Ceasefire falls underneath the gun initiative project, but it's overseen by the police department. We team up with the police and the sheriffs.
So any projects they'd have going on, you would team up with those? Because I think they've changed their
Well,
name.
we don't team up with those members, we team up with the law enforcement. I think those programs fall under the big umbrella of the GIVE initiative,
Okay.
but that's not what our funding is.
That's not what your funding's for. Okay.
Any more questions?
Nope.
No? Oh, yeah. Motion, thank you. Second? Anybody opposed? It's unanimous. Thank you for coming down. Take a motion to adjourn. Second?